This evening, smoking violation will now attract $200,000 or 6 months imprisonment for individuals or $9 million for businesses. Ready or not, here it comes. Guyana will move from analog to digital broadcasting come 2020. Another international award for a Guyanese local. 225 young people graduate from Kurukuru training school. In the region, our neighbors to the west continue to slide into deeper civil unrest as food and medicine become scarcer. And internationally, John the Maverick McCain kills the debate on Senate bill.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Bradford Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
I am Wendell Jeffrey, filling in for George Gonzalez. Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel, as well as on our website, channel2headlinenews.com. Subscribe and follow us. A bill passed in the National Assembly yesterday will see sweeping new laws and penalties and fines being levied against violators. Esther Sobers reviews the discussions and filed this report.
The Tobacco Control Bill 2017, which seeks to minimize the harmful effects of smoking and secondhand smoking, will now have smokers being charged $200,000 or facing 6 months imprisonment and businesses $9 million if they breach the law. The bill, which was presented to the National Assembly yesterday by the Public Health Minister Lawrence and passed after the government members of Parliament voted for it.
The intent of this bill is not to punish smokers. We recognize that smoking is an addiction, and we intend to strengthen cessation programs to provide the kind of support that smokers need to quit, sir. The Tobacco Control Bill does not propose to ban smoking. Rather, one of the main aims of the Tobacco Control Bill is to protect persons from exposure to secondhand smoke by regulating where smoking is permitted in indoor public places and specified outdoor places. However, the public should know that there is no legal right to smoke recognized by international or national laws. On the other hand, each of us has a right to a higher attainable standard of health, which is entrenched in our Constitution and in every international human rights instrument to which Guyana is a party.
Minister Lawrence said that the WHO estimated by 2020, NCD will be responsible for 75% of the total deaths worldwide, and Guyana is looking to reduce those factors which could contribute to this.
There are more than 1 billion smokers in the world, and 80% of them now live in low and middle income countries, where the burden of tobacco-related illness and death is heaviest. Tobacco, we are told, kills more than 7 million people each year, with 6 million of those deaths being the result of direct tobacco consumption.
Secondhand smoke contains more than 7,000 chemicals, which causes numerous problems in infants and children. The bill was drafted by PPP in 2005, seeks to provide for the adaptation and implementation of tobacco control policies with the World Health Organization Framework Convention on Tobacco Control. I'm Esther Sobers, reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thank you, Esther. In short order, the country will switch from the outdated analog format of broadcasting to the internationally acceptable digital format. Today at the police training complex at Upper Camp Street, a meeting was called to discuss the digital terrestrial broadcasting in Guyana, and I was there. Come 2020, if the government has its way, and in keeping with international practices and conventions, Guyana will transition from broadcasting in analog to digital distribution. Mr. Valmiki Singh, Managing Director of the National Frequency Management Unit, made a sweeping presentation of the roadmap and the next steps of the process.
Because it was a very huge thing, this transition from analog to digital, they actually developed some guidelines that was published. They also went a step further and they offered assistance to several countries. Guyana was one of those countries that they offered assistance to for us to develop a roadmap. And it was through that project in which we were able to have our roadmap developed.
The International Telecommunications Union is the United Nations agency that all countries in the world work with. They provide training. Some of you in here have been part of courses. They're the ones that organize the way telecommunications spectrum and everything that works.
That was Minister responsible for telecommunications in Guyana, Ms. Cathy Hughes. She was responding to a question from a member of the audience in regards to the accepted roadmap on the way forward for the spectrum change, a change that will take effect in the next 3 years or so. At the dialogue session, attended today by spectrum owners, television managers, members of the Broadcasting Authority, the Frequency Management Unit, and other stakeholders, several questions were raised and some impending implications were highlighted.
That just to add a little context to your question, business as usual, you would obviously know that that's a two-part question that relates very much to the actual end receiver, the audience, the Guyanese consumer, who also would be a very big part of this. Where, you know, the switching to digital also involves the switching in homes.
Mr. Singh noted that the research was funded by a grant from the government of South Korea and the International Telecommunication Union.
This project essentially was funded by the Republic of Korea, which is South Korea, and we are very grateful to the government of the Republic of Korea and the ITU and everyone else who would have participated in ensuring this roadmap was developed.
He said that while the government has a guide on how the analog switch off and the digital switch on should take place, there is nothing written in stone. Both Mr. Singh and Minister Hughes reiterated that the consultations on the way forward will continue until the decisions agreed upon are consensus decisions, benefiting all the stakeholders. Also, the dialogue session, where Enrico Wolford, in his capacity as advisor to the minister, Leslie Sobers, chairman of the National Broadcasting Authority, Lennox Cornett, CEO of the National Communications Network, and others. For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey. Minister Simona Brooms was recognized by the Women of Missions International. The New York-based organization empowers women and girls through social, economic, and cultural programs. And Esther Sobers tells us more about the recipient and the reward.
The reason I'm saying that is because we felt in the organization that the minister epitomizes what an empowered woman should be.
Minister Brooms, who graciously appreciated being the recipient of the award, said she will use the award as a symbol of encouragement of how important it is to continue to empower women.
I will use this to add oil to my lamp.
Yes.
To add oil to the lamp. I will not use it to say that I have arrived, but as the symbol of encouragement, how important it is to continue to empower women and empower people.
Women's of Mission International was founded in August 2010 with the aim of making a difference in the lives of women through education, counseling, support services, scholarship, mentorships, and empowerment forums. For Channel 2 Headline News, I'm Esther Sobers.
Thank you, Esther. The youth in Guyana seem to be under severe pressure, especially in recent times. Unemployment, lack of education, ill discipline, and a host of other factors undermine their ability to succeed. However, last Friday, 225 school dropouts completed a grueling 10 months and graduated with a variety of employable skills from the Kurukuru Training College. I was on hand to witness the ceremony. The administration of the Kurukuru Training College was very deliberate in the efforts to turn out the best prepared students, and after 10 months, the efforts proved fruitful. The center administrator, Mr. Sidney Scott, kept the audience and the graduates gripped with his novel welcome.
That I'm referring to the program here as a ship. This is a ship with a crew which endured the past 10 months on a cruise. So, I give you the cruise in perspective. This cruise ship is tasked with taking youths of Guyana on a 10-month journey in skills for living in a challenging environment. That the journey hopefully terminates with satisfaction and that the cruise was successful. As we cruise, some tourists request or become desirous of abandoning the journey. There are times also when very strange requests are made by the tourists. For example, a male tourist asks us, "Can I go home to have my dreadlocks plaited?" You've heard the story of the cruise. Tell others whose children will come aboard in October that this is a disciplined ship. Everything in order? Welcome aboard.
Senior Training Officer, Ms. Ernestine Wade Ramsey, gave the course report for this year.
The program offers continuing educational advancement to out-of-school, unskilled, and unemployed youths.
She said that among other objectives, the program is designed to create specialized manpower, enable students to transition from training to production, and to assist them with the application of their skills.
Enable transition from training to production procedures, meet the professional needs which are created by continuously changing demands of the job market, give early school leavers a second chance of education.
The Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport, Ms. Melissa Tucker, filling in for the subject minister, expressed appreciation to the participants, and she also gave them a charge.
New recruits must complete an application form. A CUSA volunteer, Ms. Jennifer Reddy, conducted training in entrepreneurial education with all trainees. Additionally, 42 trainees received intensive practical training in how to develop their own business. 24 interested trainees were introduced to project management. Accommodated our students during their 6 weeks of work attachment. Many of the agencies have offered our trainees permanent employment and continue to express their interest in doing so. To these agencies, a special thanks to you all. It is our desire that in the future, these partnerships are strengthened in an effort to promote a higher level of sustainability for young people.
The administrator, Mr. Scott, took a moment to explain to Channel 2 Headline News some of the aspects of what they do at the center.
Courses, but it also includes garment construction. We have also, apart from the 10 courses, we have entrepreneurship as a course. Someone from CUSO was here to do a 6-month program. We also have other activities like extracurricular activities. We had persons doing introduction to business management as an input from someone who was a former student here who is now a master's, holders of a master's at the university.
Mr. Scott said that the center is putting together a tracer system to make sure that they have data to track the progress of those who would have graduated from the center.
We're now putting together a tracer system to ensure that we have data on where these graduates migrated to, whether back to their homes, overseas, which might be difficult, or what they're doing right now.
Several businesses and organizations partner with the administration of the Kurukuru Center to assist the students with job placement and other form of training.
Prior to their departure, they go on work attachment. And including our guests here are persons whose agencies our youngsters would have been attached to. Some end up being employed by those same agencies.
You clear to just off the top of your head list a few?
The GDF, Stalling Products, the Billings area. We used to be with the Vulcan Enterprise. Now we're with another furniture agency on the East Bank here. But several others. It's about 23 of them. Can't call out them.
225 youth graduated this year and are heading for the world of work. Some plan to further their studies and others will take up employment, either employing themselves or working for others. The permanent secretary, other ministry officials, and the press were taking a tour of the facility to observe the handiworks of the young men and women. Some of the graduates explained their exhibits.
This is the award for materials 4 silver body.
This is a distributor. The camshaft rotated and it distributes the high voltage. Each spark plug at the exact time to ignite the turbine. This is the ignition light and this is the key switch. The ignition light indicates to you that voltage is coming to this ignition coil. Let me see the turn. As you can see, the ignition light is on. So that means high voltage is now flowing to the distributor.
The top student and valedictorian, Mr. Kelvin Wellington, left these words with his peers.
My fellow trainees, we have come a long way together. We have been through thick and thin times together. And as you say, the race is not for the swift, but who enjoy it to the end. We have fight a good fight, and we have finished the race. Some did not, but we have. So thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you too, Mr. Wellington. And to all the graduates, thanks for sticking to the task. Best wishes on your endeavors. For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey. Coming up on Headline News after the break, the Guyana Business Coalition celebrates a night of healthy awards, and another escapee is captured and taken back to his temporary residence at Lot 12, Camp Street.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Want to see the Amazon Warriors live and win tickets to the greatest cricket event of the year? Then show us your Warrior dance and you can win. It's easy. Check out our YouTube page, like the video, learn the moves, and upload your video for a chance to win.
Proud sponsors of the Guyana Amazon Warriors. GTT, do more.
Clearance is having a massive blowout store-wide sale for 4 days, from the 26th to the 29th of July. So here's the deal. Shop any item and get the other at half price, or get 25% off any item store-wide. I'm talking ladies, jeans, dresses, tops. And for the fellas this summer, I'm talking jeans, jerseys, flip-flops, sneakers, everything you need to give you that sizzling summer look. So make your way down to clearance. We've got all your camouflage gear for both ladies and gents. Remember, this massive store-wide blowout sale happens for 4 days, from the 26th to the 29th of July, right here at clearance. Always keeping you in style.
As a parent who works at home with my business located right here, I use Blaze high-speed internet. At home, my daughter enjoys it for her educational learning apps, and I work at home as well, so the service is efficient for my business. Parents bring their children, and while the children are enjoying ice cream, the parents also relax and enjoy their free Wi-Fi services.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princeton Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Styles, simply different.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook, Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
The Guyana Business Coalition on Health Awareness awards individuals and businesses for their commitment to healthy lifestyle and healthy practices. At the Pegasus Hotel last evening, the association hosted their annual awards and fundraising dinner. Esther Sober was at the gala event and files this report.
The Guyana Business Coalition on Health Awareness last evening held its annual dinner and award ceremony for business excellence. The mission of GBCHA is to mobilize business sector in the response to HIV/AIDS and health awareness by coordinating technical assistance and support. Speaking at the award ceremony was British High Commissioner to Guyana, George Quinn.
Said that it is health that is the real wealth and not pieces of gold and silver. That, I think, is a salutary reminder to all of us that work is not the be-all and end-all. It is important for everyone to achieve a good work-life balance.
Ms. Donna Roberts Benjamin, chairman of GBCHA board, spoke extensively about the vision of the organizations and how persons can become a member.
When employers invest in informing and empowering staff, these employees in turn will reach out to their own families as well as their communities. GBCHA remains committed to providing the following services to improve the health of members and to promote positive behavioral change.
Over 25 business community were presented at the ceremony with awards being given to the various categories. Republic Bank, the winner for Workplace Program. Deborah, the Alvers of Republic Bank for Business Action Community Investment. Individual Leadership, Arifa Ali of Scotiabank. Advocacy and Leadership, Denise Nobbs from Republic Bank. Partnership, Mayor and City Council of Guyana. I'm Esther Sobers reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thank you, Esther. The police is reporting that another prison escapee, Pascal Smith, was apprehended in Kitty today. He would be the 11th escapee to be recaptured since the July 9th and July 17th escapes. The police remain hot on the trails of the escapees and have promised to treat all information with the strictest of confidence. Still ahead, regional and international news.
Ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Want to see the Amazon Warriors live and win tickets to the greatest cricket event of the year? Then show us your Warrior dance and you can win. It's easy. Check out our YouTube page, like the video, learn the moves, and upload your video for a chance to win.
Proud sponsors of the Guyana Amazon Warriors. GTT, do more.
Styles, simply different.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
In the region, the opposition, led mainly by the young people, remain defiant against the Maduro government there in Venezuela. But even as the situation deteriorates and intensifies, food and medicine remain in short supply. Stuart Ramsey of Sky News reports.
They've been building the barricades across Venezuela for days now. Tempers flare as people realize they won't be able to move around anymore. The protest against the government's been going on for months, but it's certainly growing. Across the capital, Caracas, fires burn as people prepare for confrontation with the government over its plans to rewrite the constitution. It doesn't matter where you go and who you speak to, the young and old, the armed and unarmed, they're all resolute that change must come. Without it, violence, they say, is inevitable.
It's going to be a civil war, okay? Because with that constitutional, it's like he wants to steal every kind of right that we have, the human rights, property rights, everything, so we can allow that.
And you think, therefore, there will be civil war?
Hell yeah.
Much of the city has been brought to a standstill by the confrontation with the government's armed forces. The only way we could get around and through the barricades was on motorbikes. Crisscrossing the capital for the past few days, it soon became clear that this is a city and a country in turmoil.
But these streets should normally be absolutely ram-packed with traffic and with people. There are a few people milling around, but actually it's pretty much sealed off. All these roads on either side have got barricades across them, so there's no traffic able to get here. The expectation is that later in the day the trouble will start.
The anti-government movement involves people from all walks of life, including its pin-up girl, Caterina Ciasaluti. They call her Wonder Woman, after these pictures were flashed across the world. We joined her on the barricades. I asked if changing the government was as much a fantasy as the Wonder Woman character herself.
No, ficticio, es real. Totalmente real.
It's real, totally real, and we're going to make it. Of course, we're going to have another Venezuela. That is, well, it's already done.
Ya está hecho.
The political chaos here is only overshadowed by the economic disaster. Venezuela is now a country of queues. There are shortages of everything, from money to food and basic living essentials. On street corners, people rummage through rubbish, eating what they can find. These men aren't down and outs, they're just starving. The problems really hit home in hospitals, though. We filmed undercover. 83% of the patients here have malnutrition. The little girl sits while her exhausted mother is slumped beside her. There is simply nothing for them. In places, it's filthy. Floors are cleaned without detergent. Virtually no machines work. There are no drugs. A hospital for 1,200 can't cope with 300. Well, it's a year since we were last here. It was pretty bad then. Now it's quite unbelievable. There is nothing left. No drugs. Patients come here to be looked after as opposed to being treated. It is an absolute disaster. International condemnation of the government's plans to create a one-party state have been ignored. How long the president can ignore his own people probably depends on the support of the armed forces. Despite all their efforts, the opposition hasn't been crushed and hasn't been silenced. Stuart Ramsey, Sky News, Caracas.
And internationally, Senator John McCain lived up to his maverick designation, and in dramatic style befitting an Hollywood actor, the GOP statesman walked from his seat up to the president of the Senate's bench, stuck his hand out, and gave the thumbs down that killed the discussion on the GOP healthcare bill. CNN reports.
Senate Republicans trying to repeal and replace Obamacare, and that vote coming up short when the maverick made his mark. Senator John McCain just days removed from his cancer diagnosis, stunning the chamber, turning the thumbs down on the repeal bill. It happened just feet away from Republican leader Mitch McConnell, prompting an audible gasp in the chamber.
7 years of repeal efforts have now essentially gone up in smoke, leaving a frustrated McConnell to explain on the floor.
I and many of my colleagues did as we promised and voted to repeal this failed law. We told our constituents we would vote that way, and when the moment came, most of us did.
Two other Republican senators, Maine's Susan Collins and Alaska's Lisa Murkowski, they joined McCain, crossing party lines to vote against the repeal bill.
And now for the weather report. And that's Channel 2 headline news for this Friday evening. We ask you to join us on our website at channel2headlinenews.com, or you can visit us on our YouTube page. As we leave, we invite you to have a good evening and a safe and blessed weekend. For Channel 2 Headline News, signing out, I am Wendell Jeffrey.